But first, a tiny Northumberland community say they face being completely hemmed in by wind farms if 5 schemes close to their village get the go-ahead.
There are just 22 homes in Wingates where residents have sprung into action to oppose the plans. They're worried about the noise and spoilt views that the wind farms would bring. But is this a case of not in my backyard? Leisha Hayes has more.
Wind farms, beautiful, benign, technology, or a blight on the landscape. How you feel about them could very well depend on how close you live to one. In Wingates, Northumbria, Tom Pape is leading a campaign against the proposed construction of up to 6 turbines outside the hamlet.
A lot of people would say, to be a NIMBY, not in my backyard, is a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. If people don't live next to these wind farms or whatever buildings that the people are going to put next to, then it's going to impact you. I suppose, it depends where you're based. If you're right next to them, you're going to be upset about it.
Under the proposal, the nearest turbine would come within 1 mile of the hamlet, and they'll be dotted along a landscape which campaigners say is so iconic that it's used to advertise Northumbria to tourists.
Now, the original plan was for 7 turbines in total, and Novera Energy say they've already made amendments by removing one of these turbines completely and moving the remaining 6 turbines further away from here, from the village of Wingates. But campaigners here are dismissive of these so-called concessions. They say that Novera Energy are merely tweaking their proposal rather than really listening to their concerns.
I put this to the project director when I met him at a similar wind farm in Langley.
Well, the effect on people living close by from a wind turbine 800 metres away will be far less than vibration from a washing machine running in a kitchen. A huge amount less, or far less than a vehicle going past a house. Vibration is measurable. Wind turbines produce very little vibration, and say at distances of around 100 metres, it's negligible.
Meanwhile, Alnwick Council has issued the following statement and says the wind farm can only go ahead if it has no adverse impact on communities' residential amenity, the local economy and land use. Developers are currently researching the environmental impact of the wind farm, and now campaigners in Wingate say they'll undertake their own independent study, dragging out the process with the formal application not now expected until early in the new year. Leisha Hayes, ITV Tyne, Northumbria.
Now,